I'm just thinking about the tragedy of the lady who worked at car track who passed away. Imagine in the toilets at her workplace. It reminded me of how evil managers are, how evil senior management people are to their staff. I once, well, this doesn't sound as 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 terrible as someone being denied being sick, but it talks about the attitude that managers and senior managers have towards their staff. I was also a manager, but as a manager, you report to a general manager. General manager reports to head of department, things like that. So what would happen is a senior manager would ask the general manager to do a report. The general manager will come and ask the manager to do a report. The manager sometimes asks the officer to do the report, or the manager would do the report. This is what I would do. I would get background information from the officer, then I would draft the report. So from what I know, when my senior asks me to do a report, I do the report. The senior person edits the report and passes it on. No, not in this municipality, not in this organization. This is what would happen. Okay, I'll be told I must do the report. Okay, I do the report and it passes on. Mind you, I'm still new, right? Passes on to the general manager. The general manager wouldn't edit the report sometimes. What the general manager would do, take the report as it is, having been in the organization for, I don't know if it's 5 years or less or more, I don't know, and pass the report on to a senior manager who hasn't been in the municipality long, right? They see nothing wrong with the report that I've done, they pass it on. So what this senior manager does, they make corrections on the report and they pass it back down. Instead of asking her, asking her secretary, admin, assistant, please edit this report and submit it to the municipal manager. No, she would bring it back to general manager. General manager will bring it back to me as the manager with the same corrections. And then I would edit the corrections and pass it on. General manager passes it on to senior manager. And then she will find new corrections. I've done one report 10 times working in that municipality, and it's a span of 6 months. I would do one report per week 10 times, one report per week, every other week 10 times. And this was just the game that these people like to play. And I would think to myself, no wonder you are not going anywhere as a municipality, as an organization, because what do you mean? Can you not edit your own report? And this is the sick games that people in senior positions play on their subordinates. If it's not that you are being shamed or shameful, you didn't do this, they will correct you in front of staff, or they will ask you questions that they know very well that you have no background information on. They will send you to things that they have background information on and tell you, no, it's not a big deal. You get there, it's a big deal. Like, this is the sick things. These are the sick things that especially female managers do to their female subordinates. They shame you, they insult you. Even in the same organization, I remember we were having a portfolio committee. You get there, you're the only official there. Then what the chair of the portfolio committee, she said, "Oh, there's no one here." To her, as a manager, I'm a nobody. Only the deputy chair or co-chair or someone who's a general manager, senior manager. To her, these are all females. To her, that's people to her. That's staff. That's municipal staff. So the rest of us are nothing. Like, I could go on for days, and I would be surprised if what happened to this young lady was because of a female boss. Female bosses are they are the pits of hell. Black female, and I will say it with my chest full, that lot of black female managers are just plain evil, especially if you are young reporting to them. They are just inconsiderate. they are undermining, and they don't see you as a person. Now, if you as a black woman, you are in organizations, you are in positions of power, obviously you are the minority. It is your responsibility to, first of all, do your job well. Secondly, empower those that are coming after you. You will lose nothing. Your hips won't deflate. You won't lose your youth on your face. You won't lose your beauty, because I understand that as women in general, we like to please the patriarchy. We like to compete with each other instead of supporting each other. When you see a woman walk into the room, you are looking at how pretty she is and how attractive she is to the mirror. You don't care about her character, you don't care about how she looks, etc. etc. So this is very sad. This is more common than we think. The very same women who oppress other women are also suffering, and they cannot articulate and cannot dismantle the mental oppression they have for being women in the workplace and trying to appease men and compete with men. The most successful women in leadership are women who lead as women, not who take what other men do to them and then pass it on to younger staff, to younger women staff. Also, lastly, women, if you are incompetent or unskilled in something and someone else that is a woman is competent in that area, it doesn't mean she's better than you. It means the other person is more competent than you. If someone is your subordinate, it does not mean they are less than you. It means they occupy a position that is subordinate to yours, a position that supports you. Also, if you are a subordinate to a senior woman, it doesn't mean you can be better than her. Now it's an opportunity for you to then compete with someone who's your senior. If you were competent enough to be in that position, one, you would be in that position. Two, you would apply and go and find greener pastures where you will occupy the same position. There's not a lack of positions for women in any platform. So mine is to say, women, stop oppressing staff. Stop oppressing staff. You are women. You're supposed to be more mentally attuned. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to make the workplace more better, not harsher than what it already is. So yeah, that's my piece. That's my experience, and I would be very surprised if it was a man who did this to this young lady. Like, this topic, this issue is so painful, and I doubt it will end anytime soon. And yeah. Lastly, if you're an employee, protect your health. If you're off sick, you're off sick. If they fire you, there are processes to fire you. No one can fire you because you're off sick for 2 weeks. If you are sick, you are sick.